What is up, YouTube? We're back with another YouTube video, and we are here with a Tier 2 crown mission, which is called Low Light Combat Training. And you can see here the dialogue says, we need to clear the chemical treatment plant for an upcoming operation. We don't want AQ to know what equipment we have access to, so that means no night optics. This might seem like an odd request, but I'm sure a soldier of your caliber will have no issues, right? Now your tasks are to kill 5 enemies without using NVGs in the chemical plant, and then kill 5 enemies with fire in the chemical plant. Now, this one does sound really easy. However, when you get to the chemical plant or getting your way there, you may have a hard time. So I will be going in depth on how to complete all of that. But first, I just want to talk about weapons that you might want to come in here with. So when you go to your active duty slot, I recommend the KV broadside. And if you have the KV broadside, here's the little loadout that I recommend using. For your laser, throw on the Point G3P04 laser. For your barrel, the ZLR Sport-8. And then for the underbarrel, Brune Warrior grip. Ammunition, 12 gauge Dragon's Breath ammunition. And then magazine, 25 shell drum. So this is just going to allow you to have a lot of shots while also taking advantage of that fire damage, which will easily get fire kills when you're in the chemical plant. So take advantage of that. However, if you don't have this shotgun leveled up, or you just don't have it at all, maybe it's your first time playing DMZ or whatever, and you've never leveled up shotgun, so you don't have fire rounds, but maybe you have another shotgun leveled up, you can see the Bryson 890 will also have fire rounds. All of the shotguns have Dragon's Breath, you can see here. So that's the Bryson 890. You can use that if you want. Bryson 800, if you have this leveled up, will also have some shotgun fire rounds here, Dragon's Breath rounds I should say. Then I'm just gonna change this also to the expedite here, and then you can see Dragon's Breath right there. And then the next one is the Lockwood, and this one also has Dragon's Breath, as you can see. And then lastly, the MX Guardian, which maybe if you got that and that's the new shotgun that everybody's been using, this one is also capable of using Dragon's Breath. However, there is a disadvantage, or something you have to do in order to use it. So if you try to use it here, you're going to see it's blocked. Now, the reason it's blocked is because when this shotgun hits its full auto, you can't use Dragon's Breath with full auto. So you have to go into your trigger and you have to put it on burst fire. It only works with burst fire for whatever reason. So if you go here to Dragon's Breath, now it's unlocked. However, if you were to go here and put it on semi-auto trigger, you can see incompatible modifications will be removed. So it can only work with burst fire trigger. So if you were to do that, just keep that in mind. But then obviously just put other attachments. You can't get like a 20 round drum like the other one. You don't really have any other magazine options for the shotgun, but just make a class real quick and just make sure you have Dragon's Breath shotguns on. That way you can do this a little easier. Now, that's pretty much all you need when you get into the active duty slot. Let me just equip my shotgun so when we go in I can get it done very quickly. Here we go. And then I think it's called Dragon, and I didn't equip it, but I'm gonna equip that. And let's get into game so I can show you how you can get to the Koshai complex and to the chemical plant. So now that we're in game, pause right now. And I know this is kind of tough to see, but there's 4 entrances that you can use to get to the Koshai complex. One downtown, one in Ronin Oil, one in the Oasis, which is the one furthest top left, and then one by Tarek Village by the bridge and everything. Whichever one you use is completely up to you, but I'm gonna use the one by downtown. And as you're seeing in the gameplay now, I just recommend trying to find a jumper cable and car battery. Just find one of both, one of each, and then you should be fine when it comes to getting there. However, I will say, don't worry too much about this. If you go to a gas station and you don't find each, then just don't worry too much. Just grab whatever you find, if it's a car battery or a jumper cable, and then make your way to downtown, as you can see here. And this is what it looks like when you're going inside of the parking lot where it's located. And I'm going to leave this here just uncut right now, just so you can see everything. You're going to look for these double doors, which are going to be right next to me. I don't know why I'm going this way, but right here, you can see it in the middle. I end up just killing that AI. And here is the entrance you're going to want to go to right here. You're going to make your way down here. There's gonna be a couple double doors you can see, but then just drop all the way down, and then you will have the airlock or whatever you want to call it where you have to go. But then say travel to the Koshai complex, and then once you initiate that, you and your teammate will have to hold up on D-pad if you're on controller, or whatever the prompt is on PC to do it. But you can see we travel, then you're gonna get a loading screen. I'm gonna speed it up here, that way we're not sitting here for 5 minutes because it can take a minute. But you can see if you get a loading screen like this, you should be fine and everything. But here is where we're going to make our way in, and once you're in this area, it's only AI. You don't have to worry about PvP as of right now. I will tell you when you have to worry about PvP, when you get in the chemical plant. But I'm going to let this play out just so you can see kind of the movement, pretty much where you got to go and what you have to do. And I'll pick up with you guys when we make it towards the end of this little complex area. So here you can see I'm picking up with you guys, and here you're gonna have your sentry gun, so try to deal with that. I try to throw some thermites. I think I missed my first one, but just deal with these armored enemies. But this is the room where you're gonna find your car battery as well as your jumper cables. They're gonna be scattered around the room somewhere, so just keep an eye out for them. I recommend just getting rid of the sentry gun, then the AI, and then dealing with the jumper cable and car battery locations. So here you can see my teammate goes down. All good. I'm just gonna go for the res and try to make sure we don't die. But you can see on top of boxes, on top of shelves and stuff, there's a bunch of loot. So somewhere around there, you'll find your car battery and your jumper cables. Now you're gonna see we're gonna go up here. I'm gonna clear that out for the enemies, but here's where you're gonna want to find your car battery. You can see I find mine in a little bit. It's gonna be whenever I go to the room on the left. You can see here I'm just looting. But right here is where I'm going to find my car battery. You can see it's on that shelf. I pick it up. And then I'm looking for my jumper cables. But then I remembered I had 3 from the gas station earlier. So I knew I didn't need to go loot for it. So I went over here, deposited my jumper cables and car battery, opened the door. And once you open the door and you hear that alarm, other players will also hear that if they're in the chemical plant. But as soon as you walk into this dark area here, this is the chemical plant, and it's not the hardest area. If it's your first time, obviously it's a little scarier than most, but here you can see I skipped forward, and you can see the flashlights give away the enemies, so you can use that to your advantage. However, not every enemy has it, but you can see I just got a couple kills here, and then I'm going to end up getting a couple kills in a bit. But if you're having trouble finding enemies, you can call an exfil like we did, and then the enemies will spawn on you and they'll look for you, and then they'll try to kill you, and then you just, obviously kill the enemies with your fire shotgun. But that's just like my 5 kills there. Then we're gonna get in and we're gonna leave. Now, if hopefully you had any problems, this is gonna help you with that. So make sure to like, comment, subscribe, comment any questions down below, ring the bell so you don't miss another video. Drop a follow on my Twitch, twitch.tv/monkeysham0, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.